What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode number 2, Tattoos and Recovery. I'm your host, Wyatt, and this is
Lucas Barclay,
a.k.a. Louie. I call him Louie, so if you hear me say that, that's why. And there's a reason he's here today. Not only is he good looking, but he also... Huh?
Easy killer.
Easy. Easy. Ladies, if you're out there, single, as a Pringle. I'm just kidding. We are going to talk about how we met today. It's pretty interesting. It ties into what we got going on and what our objective is. So how we met was in a place called Life Challenge Ministries. And what it is a 1-year in-house recovery program that helps men and women out with addiction and just whatever you're struggling with. If it's pornography, if it's alcohol, if it's heroin, cocaine, video games, or you're just mentally need help with things. This is the place to go. And if you're a believer or want to be a believer, or, to me, Jesus is the only way when it comes to recovery and just a lot of stuff. And this is just a place where I send everybody. And so it's a 1-year program. You can do 3-month increments. You can do 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and a year. It's best to do a year because you just kind of, if you think about it, if you are being destructive for 6-7 years, what's a year to get clean?
You can actually do more than a year if you really work hard at it.
Yeah. Wow. Lucas is on the Extendo program.
Give me the Extendo clip there.
The Extendo clip. We're gonna explain why and how and when, but a little bit before that, our background and why we're kind of probably friends today. But I grew up I guess not really a complete, family. At a young age, my mom passed away, and then it was just me and my dad. But I grew up very good, nice. Dirt bikes, Harleys, traveling every summer. Like, my dad went above and beyond to make up for the loss of the loved one, and he did the best he could. And and Lucas here, I'll let him talk about it, but he, same kind of background. Mom and dad were there, and just life was good sometimes. But, I'm trying to say is our backgrounds aren't, gore, blood, there wasn't drug dealing in the house, there wasn't gangbanging, there wasn't shooting, there wasn't, we kind of grew up in a
white picket fence
community, and we were just tyrants, and we were curious, and one decision led to another, and that's kind of what we're going to talk about. And, I'll let Lucas take it from here on his family background, but just so you understand where we're coming from and how we're kind of collected.
Yeah, man. So I grew up in a Christian household. I grew up going to church. My dad was a business owner. We had pretty much everything I could ever ask for, and definitely never went without. But like Wyatt was saying, somewhere along the lines, I just got curious, and one thing led to another. Man, I went down a dark path, but we'll get into more of that later. But
yeah,
addiction has no judgment.
No, it does not. It has no requirements, and so. Our dads are kind of like, too, at the same token. Like, my dad's old school, your dad's old school, and, they both ride. You could take a look at them and be like, you wouldn't see, but they both ride motorcycles and Harleys, and they're just, they're old wild men, is what I like to say sometimes, because they're older in the generation, but, as a kid, they were wild, too, and they understand, and that's why. It was nice for me having my dad, because he understood, like, going out, staying out on weekend. He's like, I get it, man. It's fun. I get it. But there's a point where, some people take it too far, and that's what we did. But our old mans are very forgiving, and they're cool. And your mother is an amazing woman, and she, she has a story of herself, and maybe one day we'll get her on here to tell that. But, to say all that, to say we came from good family, and we want whoever's listening and viewing this to know that we didn't come from a war zone. We came from white picket fence. Mom and dad loved each other, and we just made wrong decisions, and that's what we're going with. So, I want to talk a little bit about Life Challenge and how we met in Life Challenge. And sorry if you hear my dog barking in the background. She's really upset right now. She's not involved.
Shh. Want me to grab her?
Huh?
Want to grab her?
You can open the door, I guess. Quick intermission. We're raw and real here. This is... She just zoomed in here.
Harley wants to be on episode 2 as well.
Episode 2 with Harley again.
Hi.
Oh. Hello, Harley. All right.
You got anything to say?
Yeah, what do you got to say, dog?
Come on, you're real loud out there.
Right, right. Say it with your chest. Anyway, so Life Challenge. So, oh my gosh, she's like a child, dude. I can't.
Come here.
What does she want? Is this the mask?
You should put that thing on.
What do you want? Come here. All right, sit. All right, we're back. I'm just gonna do a podcast with a dog in my hand. So, maybe not. You good?
Might have to edit this.
I can probably edit this out, but we'll see. We'll run the tape. But anyways, so we're talking about Life Challenge and how me and him met, and so just our background. So we actually met in Life Challenge, and when I got there, he had a couple months on, and I'll let you tell him his end. But I was ready to go in because I had just come off a massive train of just destruction and 3-4 years of just burning bridges and money and relationships and jobs. And I, without getting into details, because I want to have another podcast of just my testimony and then Louis' testimony and then everyone else's testimony, but he'll be on more. And so I had just got out of the hospital, and a cop friend of my dad gave him a call at 5 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "Hey, I don't know what to do with my son Wyatt. He just went rogue, and he's in the hospital right now." And so the cop's like, "Don't worry, I got him. You bring him to the office, and we'll get him. I got somewhere to take him." So we get there 3 days later. We go there. I'm packed all my bags. I'm mentally ready to go, and I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready for something different because this whatever I was living is not. It led me to the hospital bed and essentially death. So I get the Life Challenge, man. I'm all bushy-eyed. I'm, ready to change my life. And
this dude came in on 10.
On 10, man, on 10. And then I can just remember Lucas is sitting in the chair. He's kind of leaned back, why am I here type look.
Well,
and,
just to give him an idea.
Yeah, give him an idea how you got there.
Is a very wide open throttle energy kind of person. I think he touched on that in the last episode, but if you've never met Wyatt, he's like if you stuck your finger in an outlet and got electrocuted, that's what it's like to hang around Wyatt. And I'm more of a reserved kind of cool, calm, collected guy. I like to chill out. And Wyatt came in, I was like, dude, I think my first words to you were, I don't like you.
Yeah, I don't.
Stay away from me. I don't like you.
There was a swear word in there, but we're gonna be clean on this podcast. Version. Yeah, it's clean, and and so that was it. And Lucas, I mean, if you want to tell him how you got there, and just so they give him a background on why you were so ornery.
Why I was so ornery, man? I wasn't ornery.
you were like an alligator that had the toothache, man. You were ornery.
Man, I was lost and confused for a while. But just to give you a little background, I was ripping and running down a path of destruction. Like I said before, I grew up in a Christian household. and I knew right from wrong. But about the time I turned 16, 17, I started to dibble and dabble with drugs and alcohol and experimenting with that. And I realized, wow, this is some pretty awesome stuff because I struggled with depression and anxiety my entire life. And as soon as I discovered that pathway of self-medication, I was like, oh, man, I can do what I want now. I can go out. I can go to parties, whatever, and socialize, and I don't have to deal with that.
Right.
So right away, it took a grasp of my life like no other. And ended up in Life Challenge at the ripe age of 18.
Yeah. Forced or walked?
The first time I went, so I've actually been to Life Challenge twice. I'm very open about it, and anybody that knows me knows that my road to recovery has been anything but smooth.
Right.
It's been
well, that's what another thing we want to tell people. Recovery ain't all rainbows and sunshine. It's hard. There's gonna be days where you're gonna feel like you're at square one, and you just want to go back, and it's easier to go back, and you don't want to go forward anymore. And the devil, he's the enemy, and he's gonna try to take you down left and right. And so just a little intermission that recovery ain't no sunshine, but it has its ups and it has its downs, and some people experience them different.
Absolutely, very well said.
And so, Lucas, he was there. I think 2 months, maybe 3 months before I got there, and I got there in the end of August, so it was hot. The house doesn't have AC. It's in the middle of Flint, next to Ballinger Park, so it's kind of a rough neighborhood, and these got fans going. You walk in, there's the chapel's right there, and you just get hit with a different smell of
different.
Yeah, man, it's not like walking in Walmart or somewhere like that, man. It's just like it's a smell like you'll never forget. I'll never forget it. I actually miss it sometimes when I go back. I just stand inside the chapel and I just go.
You miss the smell of BO?
No, not BO. This is the smell of Life Challenge, So, and to the left, so you can walk in. To the left is like the admin, the offices where the interns and staff members sleep. And then to the right is cafeteria, office where you get checked in. And then there's a big wing for all the guys to sleep in and stuff like that. And the Flint one is just a guys one. Down in Detroit, there's a guys and a women's. All three of them great programs and, ran by the Lord and the one and only. So
I like Life Challenge so much that I actually went and I did some time at the Detroit Life Challenge as well.
Yeah. He went and did some time. He's a two-timer. We call him he's a two-time.
Timmy two-time.
Yeah, he's Timmy 2 times. But man, I'm gonna tell you what, I met some great people in there. I met Lucas in there, and it kind of gets me back to my story of so Lucas and I are kind of butt heads. I mean, he had a chip on his shoulder, and I was scrubbing mine off and grinding my chip down, and we just weren't seeing eye to eye. I mean, not bad, not like breakdown fist fights, but I would probably say something stupid and thought it was funny, and he didn't.
We stayed clear of each other.
Yeah, we stayed clear for a while, and there was a couple other kids in there. I get to say kids, but guys our age, between our age. I'm 27, so at the time I was 22, 23 in there, and we all kind of clicked together, but we didn't bump elbows like we did now. So I don't know what happened, but Lucas, I don't know, he was on moto or something, and there's like two levels. There's bottom level and top level. The top level was like the cool kids, like the good guys are up there that were close, and Brandon and Zach and all them guys are up there.
Like a little clique,
Yeah, the upstairs.
First floor was kind of like the new guys.
Yeah.
Second floor was guys that had more seniority.
Yeah, cleaner guys, guys that took care of the bathroom and this and that, and their hygiene, and and so it was so I say it was like a privilege to be up there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so I don't know, I had to been like the 5th month or something of my stay, and I had gotten into a room with a guy named Chiapelli, and he was this Italian dude, That was just crazy, man. He had a wild story, and dude, when I got there, man, he would be 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd be waking up because I'm like, what's that noise, dude? He's over on his side doing push-ups, and every push-up, man, he's reading a word out of a Bible. You know what I mean?
The real deal.
Yeah, and I'd wake up some nights and he's at the desk just reading his Bible. I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, you gotta get on this, man. This is good stuff. I'm like,
He
dude,
freaked
it's
me out when I first came in there. He was intense guy.
yeah, dude. Yeah, he's real intense, and it was just funny watching him grow. And he finally graduated, and so that room I was in, it was a end room to the house, so it was kind of set up different. It had two bunk beds on one side and then a single bed on the other. So like kind of like the older guy would go there and the more seniority guy would go there. Well, by the time Chappelli, graduated, I had some seniority on, so I just moved over there. There was another guy in my bunk, but my room was cursed. Even Chappelli said it. Like before me, I got there, Chappelli had like 17 roommates. It was something.
I remember that.
It was something crazy. Just like guys would not stick in that room, and they would leave, or they would, I think a couple even went and left and died, and like it was just.
Chappelli's garlic. That dude would eat garlic.
Oh my
He'd take a clove of
gosh!
garlic and just right before bed.
Yes,
chew on it. I'm like,
yes,
that's
yes,
probably what it was.
yes. It was, dude. That guy was. I'm telling you, this guy's crazy,
I don't think
dude.
it was a curse. No, it was just.
Yeah, I got straight because of him. You know what I mean? You didn't want to mess up, dude. I remember one time he was sitting at the end of his bed. He's like, hey, dude, everything in this room you can have, you can touch. He's like, don't touch my toilet paper. I was like, don't worry, bro. I won't touch your toilet paper.
I think I ended up being in that room for at least a couple months towards the end of my stay with you guys. And then it was me, you, Tim, and then after Tim left, Dave Robbins moved in, I believe.
That's right. You were in there.
Yeah.
So we were bunking it. So that's what I was trying to get to. I just rambled too much, but
You do the talking, I kind of just fill in.
yeah, fill the gaps in. But they for punishment. I was telling you. So the privilege was top for punishment because Lucas was like, just not
Always in trouble, man.
always in trouble, sleeping in, doing Louis things. And they're like, all right, fine. You're going to be put in the room with Wyatt. And at that time, dude, I was like trying to figure out this program, and I was straight nose. And I was like the Golden Boy of Life Challenge. Like I went on to speak about it.
So you were like their show dog.
I was like their show pup, yeah. And so he came in the room, and we just kind of started to mesh together a little bit. His family was always up there. My dad was always up there. Very supportive, and we just all kind of meshed together as a family. And to this day, I'm very close to their family, and they're just beautiful people. But so he's in our room, and we start to mesh together and click, and we just, and then another guy came in there, Dirty Dave.
Dave Robbins.
Dave Robbins. Dave, if you hear this right now, we miss you, buddy, and we want just give us
back up to Michigan.
Come back up to Michigan. We want to see you. Go, get on a podcast or something and talk to you. But
that dude's got an awesome testimony as well.
Yes, he does, man. Yes, he does. We spent. Remember we redid the tile in that room.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right, and we got really sick afterwards. Remember we ripped all the carpet out. We're like dead for like 2 days.
Yeah.
This place is lined with carpet. It's an old frat house. It's over by the Kettering University frat houses, Flushing and DuPont, man. And it was the last frat house, and I guess they got whatever, Life Challenge bought it years and years ago. But it's all lined with carpet, and that's all right. But we ain't,
not the most cleanly people. You're
us
addicts off the street and putting them in rooms with carpet. It's like,
yeah, man. There's a lot of stuff that happens, but so we, and then what happened was at the time, Pastor Phil that was there and Miss Amy, they I did tile, and I know how to do tile. It's once you do it once, it never changes. It's kind of simple, but it changes a little bit with design and stuff, but it's the same motion. It's backboard, mud, tile, grout. And I was already doing the other half of the wing, and I was like, Pastor Phil, why don't we start doing the rooms? That way they're just like they're clean. Like all you gotta do is take a mop bucket and then dry it, and it's done. Like it's just. And they had stacks and stacks of tile. I remember that one garage they had over at Riverside, man. It was just 3-4 pallets tall of just tile that somebody had got them, and they were misprinted. Like from the tile company, they must have like misprinted them, and like some of them, like a box of them, would have like a misprint of a wood grain on it, and that's why they got them. And it was just a blessing. It was cool. So my dad, while I was there, my dad went and bought all the mud and everything, and let me use his tools. And I had 4 or 5 guys helping me at a time doing tile, and it was just a good old time. Made my time go by like that. Like I mean, 6 months, I was like, I didn't even notice I was there for 6 months. But anyways, we do. So me and Louie had an idea. We're like, you know what? Let's do a room. And we asked, and they allowed us. And we ripped up the carpet. We didn't wear any mask or anything. With shirts off, just having fun. And then
Lord knows what came up out of that.
Lord knows what. Because I mean, in the way we did it, we had to keep our bed. We had all of our stuff out in the hallway. And this hallway, ain't no bigger than 6 feet wide. And we had all of our stuff out in the hallway for like 2 weeks. I'm sure people were pillaging through it. And our beds were in there, so we had to do half the room in tile. So we did half. We ripped the whole thing up and cleaned it, but we could only do half and half. But when we ripped the tile up, when we ripped that carpet up, man, dude, it was like I was sick and he was sick for a day. And I don't really get sick that much. And when I do, I'm a big baby about it. You can ask my wife, but I feel like I'm dying. And that was bad, dude. That was real bad. I don't know what we ingested, but I thought I was going to see Jesus again. Yeah, so we ended up doing the tile and then did the other half, and it just turned out beautiful. And it was nice waking up. I love walking in there sometimes when it was sunny because the sun would come through the 3 windows and just glisten off the tile, and it was just cool. It was just, there's some memories I have.
So majestic.
So majestic, yeah. But Life Challenge definitely changed my life, and it's out of that place, man, dude. We've gone to a few funerals of guys that get out. They do really good, and they stick with the Lord. They're doing their thing, and it just takes one slip up, man. You get the guys that are deep on that we're doing heroin, shooting. It takes one time for them to mess up, or anybody. But they'll go back to doing the dose they were doing. And dude be dead before they could even, bring the needle out of them. And I remember a couple guys, Johnny, God bless it, Johnny. He's, he did that. He had a really good, story. Had a really good job. And, he passed away. And Sean, boy, he was another one, man, dude. Good dude, just doing the right thing, man. And he was working at Life Challenge at the time. And who else? Frankie too, man. He was a good dude. He was very talented at carpentry.
Man, what an athlete, dude.
Yeah, I think he was.
I love playing softball with that guy.
Yeah, it was a fun time, man. And
it's sad. It's a sad reality to I'd say about 60% of the guys that we've graduated with and gone through the program with are either dead or still using drugs. It's
right.
Not
yeah, dude.
Not always a success story, but that's what we're here for, man. We're here to be open
and
real and to hopefully lift other people up. And
yeah, I just got a message today from a guy, man. He just he's just looking for some insight. I actually got to message him back, but those things right there, huh?
You should probably do that.
I am. But it's those little comments back that what keeps us going, and this podcast is simply for the consumers of just that's why I release this on this will be released on Friday morning, so that way people have it all weekend. They can revert back to it. They can know there's people out there that are watching and that have insight and have gone through what they've gone through, and they can, have something to look back at through the weekend. Because I know the weekends are the hardest times, man. That the Friday nights, the Saturday nights, those are the times where people are going out. And, maybe you got friends and everything that still use and still drink, and, it's just hard to tell them no and stuff like that. But, it's not about what they think. It's not about what other people think. It's not about what your girlfriend thinks or your wife thinks. It comes down to it. It's about what you think, what your thoughts are, and where you're energy is projected. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there's
I'm
been
learning this as I go too, man. Like
yeah.
I'm very.
Dude, we still call each other all the time and say, "Man, I'm struggling with this right now."
Oh,
And
for sure. I owe a lot of my sobriety to you, just because, like I said before, my recovery has been up and down,
yeah,
and just up until the last shoot, man, it's only got like a good month and a half of solid clean time. I've been struggling with drinking, and
yeah,
I'm a recovering heroin addict. That was my
yeah.
my drug of choice before, but
But just everything though, dude. Even before that was that's not even the first time. You know, you
oh,
were
so I've been clean from heroin for 3 years, but
yeah,
I've struggled with my alcohol, and
yeah,
just having Wyatt to reach out to, man, has
yeah.
been a lifesaver for me.
Yeah, man, and same with you, man. Like I may not come out and say it, but just sometimes hearing you saying, this or that, it just helps out. It just helps having somebody that's already gone through it and stuff like that. That's
Yeah, man, it's hard to be open and vulnerable, but
right,
that's what the other person on the other side needs.
right. Yeah, it is, and it is, man.
This is what's really going on.
Yeah, dude, and it doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter what religion you are, it don't matter anything. I got it written on the board behind me, but it says addiction has no requirements. I said you could come from a good family, good job, religion, white picket fence, your dad's the governor or the president. It don't matter. Your dad could be a cop for 25 years. It don't matter. It don't matter. One wrong choice could change everything.
Absolutely.
And you don't even mean to make it. It's not like you're trying to go, man, I want to stick a needle in my veins right now.
No, dude.
You know what I mean? It goes to small things.
Hey, man, I want to be a heroin addict.
Yeah. It's the small things.
Like that.
It's the small things that you allow in your life. And we'll get in deeper and more, but I just wanted you guys to kind of meet Louie and just know that he has a background in the recovery world and a foot in it.
Feel free to reach out to me anytime.
Yeah, and like I said, I do now have a YouTube channel, Tattoos and Recovery, and my email's on there. Also, this is going on Facebook too, so I have everything up on Facebook right now, but YouTube is up and running. Thank you to Jordan Swanson and he's an amazing dude, and he got me hooked up with a YouTube channel, and just a solid dude. So shout out to Mr. Jay Swan, and
Well, I got one last thing.
yeah, hit it,
Bro, we are gonna get you some spelling lessons because I'm reading.
come on, why you gotta say that out loud? Jeez, oh Pete.
Like 4 words: addiction spelled wrong.
Listen,
spelled wrong.
listen. It was going fast. The dog was barking in the background.
That's fair.
I had to go somewhere. Listen, I didn't have time to get out my grammar book.
Hey,
That's the one thing
all I'm
I
saying
struggle
is, man,
with.
we can edify each other in different ways. Maybe I could teach you how to spell. You could teach me how to be more sociable.
No, no. But yeah, I have a problem with grammar. It's bad. When I was putting videos up when I was younger, or not younger, but getting out of rehab, I would put like 10 or like 2-3 minute videos up, like just positive stuff. And I remember my cousin like messaged me one time. It's like, "Hey, dude, I really love you, really awesome." I just knew she builds me up just to bring me down, and she goes, "I really love you, dude. You're awesome. I'm really proud of you, but we gotta work on your grammar." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm just putting it out there, Yeah, I ain't gotta.
You can't have it all, man.
I can't have it all. I can't be good looking, tall, handsome, smoking hot wife, and I can't, and know how to read and write, You know what I mean? I skipped that class.
You could have left out the part that you didn't know how to read, though. You're just tearing yourself down,
Just
bro.
get me left and right, man. That's all right. The people need to know. So, with that, like I said, if you guys need anything, if people watching this, if you need to talk, message me. Dude, I'll give my number out. I'll get Lucas in the call, and we can just work through it, man. Don't act on that emotion. Take a breather, step back for a second. You have our phone is a tool that we have at our fingertips. You can get hold of me in seconds, or email me at tattoosandrecovery at gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as fast as possible. But the quickest way is probably iMessage, or not iMessage, but Messenger. And Louis here don't have a Facebook, but we might have to change that.
Yeah, to get that up and running.
But know this, people, that there are people out there, me and Louie, and more out there, hundreds and hundreds of more. But we're here now, and we're here to, just give you insight and help you out in those tough times. And is there anything else that you want to tell the people before
man, I think this is a really cool thing that you've started, and I would love to help out anybody that is out there struggling, and just take that leap of faith, man.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's super hard for me.
Yeah.
I know it's uncomfortable to do, to like let another man know you're struggling.
Yeah, man, a couple Harley guys, you know what I mean, and tall. We're 6'3", 6'4", and we're at the gym, pumping testosterone, but we need to break down too, and my wife says it all the time that I need to open up more. It's just sometimes hard, we're just guys, men in general do not open up. All right, unless and it was kind of harder for me because I didn't have a mother around. So my dad, my dad's a stone cold face, man. My dad, dude, my dad, like my dad. Yeah, dude, you could tell my dad something, he'd be like,
very stoic.
Okay, and that's it. And I'm like, I'm over here and bust out in tears or something, and he's just okay, yeah. But love him, and yeah, reach out to us, and this podcast will be up on YouTube Friday morning, and then the next episode will come, and we'll sign it off with that. Thank you guys, love you guys, be safe. Remember to reach out, and just be good. See you guys.
Till next time.